right, so let's talk about the San Francisco 49ers and the quarterback situation. Obviously, that revolves around Trey Lance now. Myers, what's the latest with Lance and the 49ers?
All right, Nick. So earlier this week, Kyle Shanahan was asked about the quarterback situation. And during that, he said that he is expecting Jimmy Garoppolo to be traded. It's not guaranteed, but he is expecting Jimmy Garoppolo to get traded to a suitor that is fond of him. But so that leaves Trey Lance. And now what do the 49ers think about Trey Lance? Well, according to George Kittle, Trey Lance has really stepped up. It says Lance is the top quarterback in the facility at the 49ers during their OTAs being underway this week. And according to star tight end George Kittle, Lance has really been acting like it. He says, I definitely think he's taken ownership of the team. You can kind of tell in meetings he's more talkative. He's assuming the responsibility role. He's letting his personality show. And on the practice field, he goes out there and he is slinging the rock around. So it seems like Lance has taken that step in the leadership role of the team. And he kind of feels like maybe this is his team now. He's taken that ownership role per George Kittle. And I think this is a big step. 49ers fans should be excited.
Yeah, I think they have multiple reasons to be excited. Obviously, Lance taking the steps is big, but let's attribute it to the environment here a little bit. And I'm going to give you a little story back when I played in college. Going into one spring ball, one of our starting offensive linemen, he got hurt. So that gave me a lot of reps during spring ball to, work out a lot of kinks, try new things, and get just better as a football player. At the end of spring ball, I came in to meet with my coaches, and they were very surprised. Hey, you got a lot better this spring. You made big improvement. And I was kind of like, well, I got more reps. That's how I didn't have to worry about you yanking me, or, if I didn't have a bad rep or if I had a bad practice, I'd lose my job or something like that. That's exactly the situation Trey Lance is, right? Because if Jimmy Garoppolo was healthy and part of OTAs, there would always be, even if Shanahan said things very publicly supportive or George Kittle had nice things to say about Trey Lance, there'd always be that feeling, right? Lance was like, all right, where's Garoppolo? Is he going to take me? Is he going to replace me? Is Shanahan going to get frustrated with me if I have a bad play or something like that? So this is just the perfect opportunity for Lance to just learn the offense, get better at being an NFL quarterback, being the starter, being the leader. And, without that threat or that concern of a veteran quarterback who is established, taking his spot. And credit to Lance, he seems to be doing a great job with it.
Yeah, and that's always been the knock on Lance coming out of a smaller school, North Dakota State. He didn't have the reps against top-tier talent like other quarterbacks from bigger programs have. So getting these reps in, like you said, is paramount for Trey Lance's growth, for his success. And another quip that I think is very interesting is that Trey Lance has been invited to the Tight End U Summit, the tight end summit that George Kittle and a lot of other top tight ends like Greg Olsen and a couple other guys started, and he's going to throw to the tight ends over there. And the main thing I want to take from this is it seems like Kittle and Lance have really been growing together. I think Kittle and Lance are going to form that chemistry, that relationship that we like so much on teams. And I think that the Kittle to Lance target will be something to watch this season. What do you think?
Yeah, that's actually a really great point there, because obviously Deebo Samuel is kind of their primary offensive weapon. He more is just schemed open a little bit with how Shanahan lines him up, puts him in motion before the snap. And then, of course, just has his raw athletic ability where he beats people. Kittle can be sort of this safety valve, kind of the familiar target that Lance can look to on third downs or other situations where, Shanahan hasn't set up Samuel to be the scheme guy. Maybe Brandon Ayuk or Jaquan Jennings are covered or not having good games or just disappointing Lance. Kittle being that safety blanket is something that all young quarterbacks need. Frankly, all quarterbacks need. You look at guys like, go back to Tony Romo and Jason Witten, was sort of the one growing up for me. Obviously, Brady's had a lot of tight ends. Drew Brees has gone through a number of tight ends. Russell Wilson has liked tight ends when he's had them. Aaron Rodgers, find a quality quarterback. You find a really good tight end. And Kittle and Lance building that relationship will just go a long way for the team's success.
Yeah, one I'm thinking of, Baltimore, Lamar Jackson's got Mark Andrews. And even going further back, Joe Flacco always had Dennis Pitta. When they moved on from Dennis Pitta, they brought in Owen Daniels. They brought in Jacob Tamme. He always had Ed Dixon. They've always had a top-tier tight end target for Baltimore's quarterbacks to go to. But that's really just like you said. Todd Heap, can't forget about Todd Heap. But
or Mahomes Kelsey, right? I mean,
exactly. Yeah. So tight ends, quarterbacks, that safety blanket, like you said, them to build this chemistry. It's going to be a big year for Lance, a big growth year, and I think having that safety blanket there is going to allow him to be very successful.